Hey everyone, this is Rabbit blog of Animation Bliss, and welcome to our first ever Q&A session. Now, you have all asked a lot of great questions about related to cartoons, so I would like to answer these questions as much as I can, and I'm so glad that everybody has asked a lot of questions on this video because this is our first ever Q&A session, so let's see what kind of questions we got for today. So the first question that comes from Josu Otaku is, Hey Honor versus Recess. Which one was better? For me, I grew up watching both Hey Arnold and Recess, but if I have to choose between one of them, I definitely pick Hey Arnold. I always liked Hey Arnold the best because I like how they really explored the characters, and I like all the adventures the characters went on. I really love Arnold as a character because he's that type of character who's like he wants to solve everybody's problems, but the world is kind of like kind of goes up against him a little bit. It's not like sadistic or anything. He still is able to solve the problem at the end, but him trying to solve everybody's problems is like one of the best aspects of the show, and it makes Arnold to this really genuine and nice character that I really loved about the show. We actually have a character who's very caring, and I think Hey Arnold did a very fantastic job of portraying Arnold's character as being a nice character who wants to help everybody. I also like all the adventures that the characters go on because they can be both dramatic and funny, and I love how the show was able to balance between drama and comedy at the same time. Like you get a lot of comedy from the kids' antics at the school, and then you get a lot of drama from Helga's family. Like that's probably one of the biggest dramatic moments of the show is how Helga's family treats Helga. So I really like how Hey Arnold can be like both deep and funny at the same time. And Recess is a really great show. I love Recess, but I felt like Hey Arnold was like a deeper show in terms of developing the characters and really showing the world as being both funny and being both dramatic at the same time. Um, the next question that comes from Josu Otaku is favorite cartoon growing up. I have a lot of favorite cartoons when I was growing up. Like, I'm a huge animation fan. Like, I was a huge animation fan when I was little. I still am to this day. But, I was a huge animation fan when I was little, and I had a lot of favorite cartoons growing up. But probably some of my favorite cartoons I had when I was growing up was X-Men, the animated series. I'm a huge X-Men fan, so I really love X-Men, the animated series, and I've watched it every morning. That was the show that got me into X-Men in the first place, so that's definitely one show I put on the top of my list. And then I love Batman, the anime series. That was the series that made me love Batman for my whole life. So and it's probably my most favorite superhero cartoon of all time. So definitely Batman the anime series. I also love the Angry Beavers. I grew up with the Angry Beavers. I've watched the Angry Beavers every week or weekend whenever it came on Nickelodeon. I just love the sibling rivalry between Daggett and Norbert, and it was just a hilarious and very witty show. I really loved all the characters. I definitely grew up with Angry Beavers. I also grew up with Rugrats a lot. Like I watched a lot of Rugrats when I was little. I love the fact that we got a show that was about babies that were talking or babies that were like using their imaginations whenever they get into these type of situations. Excuse me. And it was just a very creative show, and all my favorite character on that show was always Angelica. I know she's mean, but she's always been my favorite character from Rugrats. So that was another show I watched a lot when I was growing up. And then the last show I watched a lot when I was growing up was probably Garfield and Friends. I'm a huge fan of Garfield, so of course I was a huge fan of the cartoon growing up. So I definitely watched a lot of Garfield and Friends when I was growing up. Okay, so this question comes from the cartoon guy. And the first question he asked is, what is the worst cartoon you have seen? This is a hard question. Like, usually if there's a cartoon I hate, I usually don't watch it a lot. But if there was a worst cartoon ever, or there was cartoons I didn't really care for, I would have to say, probably I didn't care for the later seasons of Squidbillies, and Perfect Hair Forever was like one of those shows I just didn't understand at all. With Squidbillies or the later seasons, I didn't like how political the episodes got. Like I have this big issue with shows that get too political and they get too one sided. So that was the problem I had with the later seasons of Squidbillies, was that the later seasons just got way too political and I just couldn't sit through it. And then with Perfect Hair Forever, it was like I didn't understand at all. Like I know there was a lot of cartoons on Adult Swim that doesn't make any sense, but at least they were funny for the most part. With Perfect Hair Forever, it's just hard for me to understand. Like maybe I haven't seen the show for a long time, so maybe if I watch it nowadays, I might change my opinion. Who knows? But when I was watching Perfect Hair Forever, I just didn't get it at all, and it was just one of those shows I just couldn't get into completely. The next question from the cartoon guy is, do you watch a lot of anime? Yes, yes, I'm a huge anime fan. Like, we actually have an anime corner on this channel, and I watch a lot of anime shows. Like, my favorite anime shows was like Dragon Ball Z, Full Metal Alchemist. What else I watched? Fairy Tale, Sailor Moon, Case Closed, or Detective Conan, whichever one you watch. But yeah, I those were some of my favorite anime shows, and I watch anime a lot. Like any kind of anime series that came out, I watch it. If it's Inuyasha or Ranma Half, I watched it. Excuse me. I'm just a huge anime fan. I watch anything that's anime, whatever's out there. So I'm definitely a huge fan of anime, and I watch a lot of anime shows when I was little and when I'm growing up now. Okay. And the next question that comes from the cartoon guy is, have you seen Inside Out? No, I haven't. I really wanted to because that looks like a movie I would really enjoy. I've been enjoying a lot of Pixar films, and this is one of those movies that look really interesting and really unique from the other Pixar films. But I haven't been able to get a chance to watch it. But I would love to watch Inside Out. That looks like a really great movie, and please tell me in the comments below if that movie's worth watching. I think it looks great, and I would like to watch Inside Out whenever I get the chance. And this question comes from Plucky Duck. And he asked, do you have a favorite cartoon character and why? Actually, I do. Probably my most favorite cartoon character is probably Bugs Bunny. I've always loved Bugs Bunny. I've been a huge fan of Looney Tunes, but Bugs Bunny is probably one of my most favorite characters from the Looney Tunes franchise. He's like this funny trickster character who would trick everybody, either to just fool around with that person or like try to get out of a difficult situation. Like I always like the cartoons where he tricks Yosemite Sam, or when he tricks Elmer Fudd or Daffy Duck. So I really like Bugs Bunny. He's just this really funny cartoon character. He's probably my most favorite cartoon character of all time. So thank you everybody for asking all these questions. I really enjoy answering all these questions, and I would like to do another Q&A session for Animation Bliss in the near future. I've really enjoyed these questions. It shows that a lot of people love animation in general, and I would love to have questions where everybody asks me about cartoons in general. It's just a great way to see how many people love animation in general. So these questions were fantastic. Thank you so much for asking me all these questions. And please feel free to follow us on Twitter so we can keep you updated any new videos we post up. And also, like our Facebook page. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is Ravity's blog at Animation Bliss, and I'll see you later.